Good morning. I'm just sitting here with my buddy Murph, drinking my coffee. You got to see that John made our pour over earlier. Let us know in the comments if you want a more detailed pour over lesson. So I wanted to pop in here today and kind of update you on what's coming in New Year from VegInspired, where we currently are, where we've been. I want to take a glimpse back and check out some of the best of 19. And then I also just wanted to kind of catch up and let you know what we have going on and what's coming up. And so hit that little thumbs up and let's get into this video. The first thing I want to talk about is 2019. In 2019, we started the year in Fort Lauderdale, which is actually where we are right now. And we really just ate whatever we wanted. If you watched our Fort Lauderdale video, you know that we kind of indulged in whatever we wanted to do, and we went out a lot and ate out a lot and had some really awesome food. And so after that, we headed up the coast and then made our way to north of Orlando. And when we were north of Orlando, there weren't a lot of vegan options near us, so we kind of cut back on eating out. So after February, the amount of dining out restaurants for us kind of went down. It was more making food at home, creating recipes for the channels, and really just kind of doing our thing. So you got a lot of recipes. And not as many food tours, and in doing that we became kind of a cooking show. And while I love sharing our recipes with you, the purpose behind VegInspired was to be more of an inspiration to eat plants. So it was supposed to be a culmination of recipes and lifestyle tips and, you know, some health information. We do a lot of research on peer-reviewed medical journals, and we get a lot of our research from the plant-based doctors and other sources. We really like to read their books. We like to read articles. We do a lot of investigating on topics. So in the beginning, 5 years ago, when we started VegInspired, that was really the purpose. So now we're kind of coming back to that. We spent the month of November in Daytona Beach. So now we're in November 2019. Daytona Beach. And we found an amazing vegan restaurant. Awesome. And we ate there a lot. If you follow us on Instagram and saw our stories, we ate at Evolve Modern Vegan Kitchen a lot. And we loved it. It really was good. They use a lot of homemade products. Their burgers are homemade. A lot of their sauces are homemade. It was good. It was indulgent, and it was good. At the end of that month, we spent some time with family, and we got to talking about why we went vegan in the first place. We adopted a vegan lifestyle in the beginning for health reasons. We wanted to combat the standard American diseases, heart diseases, cancer, diabetes. We wanted to eat a whole food plant-based diet. That was what we started. Actually, we started to just eat more plants and eat the best of the best. But, you know, our lifestyle evolved. We learned more about animal agriculture, and we just didn't want to participate, so then we went vegan. So we've always kind of eaten whole food plant-based at home most of the time. Yes, we've done the Beyond Burgers and Pretzilla buns and all those amazing foods, and I'm not saying we're giving those up, but we let that stuff kind of creep in more often than not. And while we were in Daytona having these conversations, it kind of rejuvenated us on why we adopted a vegan lifestyle in the beginning. And then we came across a video by Dr. McDougall, who really, Dr. McDougall kind of started it all for us, especially for me, because I loved breads and pastas and potatoes and all of those starchy, high carb meals, and I've been told my whole life that carbs make you fat, so I wasn't really sure that Dr. McDougall knew what he was talking about. Sorry, sir. You do. But we watched this video and it just reaffirmed why we want to eat this way. So I'll put a link to that video in the description below, because I think it's really a good video. Really kind of solidifies the choices that we are making about food. So November ends and we're heading toward Key West, Florida, the Florida Keys. We're gonna be down in South Florida from December until the end of February. We'll be with my parents, and we need to figure this out. So at the end of November, ironically, I needed to weigh the cats to order them some medicine. And I got on the scale and I was at my highest weight. Probably from all that indulgent food. And I was kind of bummed. I was embarrassed. So when he was talking about, let's really give this starch solution, high carb, low fat thing a try, I was kind of motivated. I was like, you know, I have a big milestone birthday coming up in February, and I don't want to be at my highest weight. I want to be trim, fit, healthy. I want to be able to walk around Disney World when we go, and I want to be able to kayak while we're in Florida, and I want to be able to ride my bike 15 miles and not be out of breath or exhausted. And you know, he was talking about it, and it's a mindset shift, really. So the beginning of December, we put together a meal plan. We went to Whole Foods. We got the foods that we wanted, and we cooked them for a week. We felt good. We were on it. Then we were leaving to go to Key West, and we decided, because I've been to Key West and I knew that the food at the grocery stores was expensive, and we'd done some research on the restaurants down there, and while there are options, there was nothing that we felt like we really had to have multiple times. So we could get away with maybe eating out once or twice, and then the rest of the time in Key West we would eat at home. So I sat down with a ledger pad and mapped out everything we wanted to do in Key West. We went to the Dry Tortugas. We rode our bikes into Key West. So I mapped that all in, and then I went through all of our plant-based cookbooks and identified recipes that I really wanted to try. Burgers, thought that would be fun. I also kept in the mindset that we were gonna be in like a tropical, you know, Key West in December. It was pretty tropical. It was in the 80s, and we had a waterfront site, so it was really nice and pretty, and it was just fun. So I mapped this whole menu out, and then John and I looked at it and kind of talked about it, and he's like, I think we should add more starch. I think we should take this recipe and kind of do this with it. So we kind of tweaked everything to work for us. So we got out of the grocery store, we get all our groceries, we head to Key West, and we managed to follow our meal plan 90% of the time, which is pretty significant, because normally we're like, meh, I don't really feel like cooking. It's so pretty outside. Let's just go out and then come back home and hang out. It was kind of a reshift in focusing on high starch, low fat, flavorful meals. So what does that mean for VegInspired? So that might be why you're here. You want to know what's coming for VegInspired. After much deliberation, we have decided that we're gonna do vlog style, what I eat in a day. It's gonna be focused mostly on food and like living a plant-based lifestyle, and you know, we're cooking up recipes out of cookbooks and off the Dr. McDougall website. So we want to share those with you. We'll have a lot of twists and tweaks that we put in ourselves just from knowing our style of cooking, and maybe even reducing the nuts and avocados in some of those recipes. We hope that's exciting for you. What I wanted to ask you is, what do you want to see? So if you are new around here and you don't really know, John, who on Instagram is the VegInspired Chef, and I, VegInspired Kathy, sold our house in October 2018 and moved into a fifth wheel camper. with our 3 cats. There's 1, 3 cats. And we're traveling the country. We work from the camper. We want to hear from you. What do you want to know? What do you want to know what it's like? Do you want some more of what a day in the life of? I think you're going to get a bigger glimpse into our lives with this style than with us setting up 2 cameras and doing recipe videos. You will get the recipes that we cook in the videos. We also want to, if we do go out, we want to show you how we make decisions on eating food, how we pick restaurants, maybe take you on bike rides because we do a lot of biking. We do a lot of hiking and exploring. We've set a goal to go to all the national parks. We're really excited about this new style of video. We're really excited to get back into vlogging. If you watched our first video, that's how we started, as a vlog, and like I said, I love doing cooking videos for you, but I think with this whole food, plant-based, high carb, low fat focus, I think you'd get a better idea of what we eat for weight loss, watching us throughout the day, being part of it, being part of the cooking, being part of the planning. I really think that'll be beneficial for you. So hit that thumbs up if you haven't done it yet, because we definitely want to know if this is something you like. Let us know in the comments questions you have, things that I can answer, what you want me to talk about in our videos, things we've learned. We have been vegan for over 5 years. We've been running VegInspired.com for over almost 5 years. But anyway, I'm gonna drink the rest of my coffee and chat with John and see what the rest of the day holds, but keep watching. What? We are meeting my parents for lunch today, so we probably won't have much of a snack for breakfast. We don't follow an intermittent fasting at all, but we oftentimes don't eat until lunchtime just because we're not hungry, and we kind of follow the eat when you're hungry mentality. So I am just gonna pick up these dishes, get the house kind of picked up so that when we get home later, it is clean and we can cook our dinner and make a mess again. Because that's what happens in a tiny house. Well, I'm feeling like we clean up kind of nice. We are off to lunch with my parents, so I'll show you a glimpse of that, and then we don't know what the afternoon holds, so keep watching and see what we do. Hey, so we're back from my parents, and while we were at my parents, they got a package. So some people want to know how we get our mail while traveling full-time in the RV. We have a mail service that we send. We use that as our permanent address, so we send things to the mailbox and then we order our mail from there. But for packages, when we work with brands, we check with the campground or family member that we're going to be local to, and we ship to them. So we got a package from our friends at Crazy Go Nuts. So we got some banana walnut butter. They have all these flavored walnuts. We got their new maple walnut butter, and if you saw our last video, I'll link it up here. It was the maple walnut crusted tofu that was really good. We got these we got these buffalo walnuts. These are so good. We snack on these. We also topped our salad with them when we made our tahini blue cheese dressing. We got these snack packs of the orange walnuts. And then some snack packs of the chocolate espresso. They're really good. Oops. And then my favorite are the oatmeal cookie. These are so good. I love those, and I love the coconut. The coconut's really good. But anyway, we work with them on a monthly basis, so I'll put a link in the description below because they have given us a 20% off coupon. If you're interested, you can get 20% off your order. And we do have some recipes. I'll also link those in the description below. We made fudge. Like I said, we made a salad with the buffalo walnuts, but we really like the walnuts. Walnuts are really good ratio of omega-3s and omega-6s, so we do eat walnuts occasionally. You know, we've limited them a little bit on this new high carb, low fat, but we are still using them. Cookies, things like that. So, but you saw my awesome lunch with my family. I am going to have a little snack right now. Y'all check out this RV fridge. Like, double door, packed to the brim. But I think they're in here. Yeah. I'm gonna have a snack. Yesterday I made these deviled potatoes for lunch. They are boiled yellow potatoes, and then you scoop out the flesh. And this time I used oil-free hummus from the store, but you could easily make our oil-free hummus recipe, which I'll link below. I used oil-free hummus, and then in place of the cashew garlic aioli in our actual deviled potatoes. So basically I followed that recipe, but used hummus instead. I used a little bit more mustard to kind of give it that tang, and a little bit more white vinegar, and I also added garlic powder, and then I topped it with these little green olives. So, and yeah, and then we're gonna get ourselves ready because we're going to the Everglades tomorrow. So we need all our cameras charged and our snacks packed because we're gonna leave early in the morning and drive down there. It's an hour and a half to the first visitor center, and then 45 minutes into the Everglades. So we're definitely gonna take you along on that ride. I don't know if it'll be at the end of this video or if it'll have its own video, but we're excited. So anyway, I'll see you in a bit. I got the Colorful Kitchen newsletter to my inbox, and in it, Eileen showed us the top recipe, which was a miso mac and cheese made with a butternut squash cheesy sauce. We use an electric induction cooktop, so it's magnetic, so it heats pretty quickly. That's kind of to save propane, because you could use the propane stove back there, but then we're paying for propane, and at this site we are not paying for electric. So electric it is, and it cooks faster. So that was a sad ending to the Bills-Texans game, but there's always next year. We blended up our cheese sauce, the butternut squash cheese sauce. We're boiling up some water, and we're getting ready for dinner. I'm giving it a taste. The cheesy sauce flavor is good. I like it. Well, let's get a Brussels sprout. That's pretty good. Okay, so the verdict on dinner. The cheesy squash sauce was good. Next time I made it, I might leave out the maple syrup. I thought it was a little sweet We tried the 365 Whole Foods organic penne, and it was a 1 out of 10. As in, I wouldn't buy it again, and I don't recommend it. It was too weedy, it was grainy. For a pasta lover, I honestly would skip pasta and eat potatoes if that was that whole wheat was my choice, because it was gross. So I'm gonna give the cheesy miso mac and cheese sauce another go with a different pasta. And like I said, I'll link that in the description below. We toasted up the squash seeds in our cast iron skillet. Normally you would like bake them or roast them in the oven, but we just toasted them in the cast iron skillet and they turned out great. And now we're gonna kick back and talk about our food for our trip to the Everglades tomorrow. So if we do any prepping, I'll film that. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. Where it's bedtime? Are you getting it all warmed up? Did I wake you up? Did I wake you up?